Super Media Bros Podcast is a founding member of the OddPods Media Network. Welcome to the Super Media Bros Podcast, where two best friends give comedically informative takes on movies, music, pro wrestling, and more. I'm Richie. This week, we have a guest that's returning to the show once more. The last time you heard him on this podcast was our review of the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie Double Team with Dennis Rodman. So if you enjoyed that episode, get fucking ready to enjoy this one. It is a Cult Cinema Saturday for Santa Media Bros. This is episode 304. We are talking about Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 with my returning friend and guest, Trevor, from the Catching Up on Cinema podcast. What's going on, dude?
Yo, Richie. Thanks for having me back. It's a great weekend so far. I got to watch two Christmas slasher movies for homework. Not something every student gets to do, but yeah, thanks for having me back, man. This is gonna be a blast.
Oh yeah, it's always a blast talking literally about anything with you. For anybody listening out there, I was most recently on Catching Up on Cinema talking about Godzilla -1. So if you haven't heard that episode, but you've seen the movie and you would like a review, please go check that one out. That was one of the most fun times I've ever had talking about anything. Especially with Trevor. Like, he and I always have a blast talking about movies of any sort. It doesn't matter if it's Godzilla -1 or Garbage Day.
Ah, shit.
Yeah. So Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 is a follow-up to the first film, Silent Night, Deadly Night, which was released in 1984. That actually got reviewed on our podcast, I think, like 3 years ago, as part of a Cult Cinema Showdown. And my God, like, I actually really enjoy that first one. I got to get the uncut version on Arrow Video that they did a few years ago, where they restored some of the uncut footage from the director, even though they were like, yeah, well, when we put it back in, it's still going to be like kind of shit quality because they couldn't find the negatives for it. But I quite enjoy that movie. As campy as it is in some aspects, I thought it was a pretty well-made slasher, like a Christmas slasher, which I love Christmas horror movies a lot. I think it's a genre that fits, really, because you don't think initially, like most people, when they're like, oh, Christmas, they don't think horror movies. They think, you know, fucking like Ernest Saves Christmas or Home Alone or Christmas Vacation or A Christmas Story or like literally any of these movies, which you should all know out there. Bob Clark did A Christmas Story, but he also did Black Christmas. That man is a man of duality, and he gave you both the bright and dark side of Christmas. But with this follow-up, it's kind of a clusterfuck, like, really, because they initially made this movie and they were going to just create a bunch of flashback sequences and film Ricky, the younger brother of Billy, the original antagonist of the first film. They were filming Ricky just having like incessant rambling about the goings-on of the events of the first film, but they realized, you know, we don't have enough footage. So they shoehorned 30 minutes from the first movie into this movie, and they still didn't have enough footage. So they used like 10 minutes of credits from both films to beef up the runtime, which is fucking fascinating because the movie doesn't really do a bunch. It's probably one of the weirdest sequels I've ever watched. It's campy as fuck. There's some unintentionally hilarious shit. And then when you find out that they literally casted the guy who plays Ricky based on his looks rather than his ability, you kind of knew what they were going for.
Yeah, this is kind of a unique mess of a film. Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, as it were. Going into this, I did watch the first film for the first time, and what's funny about that is that I have seen the second film before, like way back in college, a long time ago, dear listeners. That's what that means. But I'd never watched the first film because, as Richie had said, this film has so much stock footage included in it from the first film that I was always advised to just skip it. Like, there's if you're interested in the Garbage Day film, just watch the Garbage Day film and skip the first one, because you already it's a dual package anyway, in a more compact form. I would actually disagree with that now that I've seen both of them, though, because like you said, Richie, I actually thought the first one was quite good by like older, like classic slasher movie standards, like ultra low budget slasher movie standards. It's actually a decent movie. Like, funny enough, my biggest criticism for it does have to do with pacing, which actually is kind of evened out a little bit in the second movie, because they condense a lot of the, I don't know, draggier sequences that are apparent in the first film. But yeah, the first one has like an actual like a psychological through line to it that actually makes some sense. The kills are decent. It's shot well enough, mostly flat. Production design's that's where it looks pretty cheap. But there's some fun, like, community performances in there. It's a decent little slasher movie. This one, though, arrived at my doorstep via the Garbage Day meme, way back when. And funny enough, Richie, do I have a little second to tell a little story about this movie?
By all means, please do that.
Okay, it's not a particularly interesting story. I probably should have prefaced it by saying that. Gotcha. So, way back when, and in the early days of the internet, dear listeners, if you happen to be on the younger side, this was the pre-YouTube era. This was when websites had, like, QuickTime files and such embedded in them. There was a website that I used to frequent called badmovies.org that hosted a lot of reviews of, schlock films and whatnot. And it was mostly text reviews. It was like blocks and blocks of text. Whoever was writing these, my God, they had no life. These were lengthy, beefy reviews, girthy reviews, if you will.
Beef.
They had an entry for Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. And remember, this is in like the mid 2000s. And every single review had a timeline list of bullet points, very similar to the Joe Bob Briggs Monster Vision on TNT, where he would list off like all the you will see X number of decapitations and X number of people being runned over and such. It had like a timeline rundown of all the fucked up shit you were going to see in the movie. Richie is covering his mouth as he's laughing right now. Good memories, yeah?
Absolutely. But it's also a dead-on impression. I fucking love it. People runned over, and it's like, yep,
people runned over.
Runned over, which we'll get to a scene of people getting runned over in this movie, so
that's why it came to mind.
Go on with the chlorophyll.
Proceed. Anyway, but every review on this website, on badmovies.org, had a QuickTime file at the bottom of the page, and they had exactly one clip from every movie that was usually the dumbest shit you would see in the movie, or the most goofy non sequitur that you could pull from that movie. And wouldn't you know it, Garbage Day was the clip. And remember, this was pre-YouTube. This was pre-memes, essentially, like internet memes as we know them today. And I had access to that file and that clip for most of my like high school career, but I had nowhere to put it. I could have been the guy, Richie. I could have been the catalyst for the meme. I could have birthed that into the internet, but I didn't.
Isn't it wild to like look back, and even if you have something that you're like, I don't think this is, it is what it is. And then,
yeah, it's funny to me. There's no way other people would think this is funny.
Right. And then you find out other people think it's funny. You're kind of sitting there like, oh, maybe I'm funny after all. Who knows?
Well, that's what the internet gives us these days. I mean, hence this podcast where we're talking about schlock movies from the 80s for hours at a time.
Yes.
But yeah, same act. Funny enough, to conclude the story, actually, I did have a friend who also could have birthed the It's Over 9,000 meme, because he and I were playing with that clip on his Apple computer in like early high school days. And we were reversing it, we were speeding it up, we were doing everything in the world with it. That and King Cold and Frieza talking to Trunks. The Earth, whatever for, my son. Like, we were just taking whatever stupid clips from the dub of Dragon Ball Z and speeding them up and reversing them. And had we had YouTube at the time, We could have been the guys. We could have invented those memes.
We invented Post-its. To quote Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion, which I still think is a fun movie to this day. We invented Post-its.
It's fantastic. But yeah, to get us back on track if we ever were, as Richie had said, the edit for this film is a fascinating mess. I don't know about you, but I'm a bit of an editor myself. And I really enjoy watching re-edits of films. I enjoy watching how powerful editing is a contribution to an actual film. So it was really fascinating to see how they found ways to stitch in the older material with the new. And some of it it's creative, but it is utterly laughable, Richie. And I really hope we get into the specifics of it, because I have some like all bold text in my notes here, just like laughing about some of the stupid shit they pull in the edit of this movie.
Oh, absolutely. I need to preface the continuation of this conversation by stating I watched this movie on Tubi.
Same here.
Okay, good. So this is going to make me feel even better. All right. So getting into some of the edits and some of the dialogue and all this other shit. As we've stated before, both of us really enjoy Silent Night, Deadly Night, the first one. It is a great slasher film for what it was at the time that it came out. However, we open in what is a psych ward, I'm assuming to be, because they never really specify if it's a psych ward or if it's a section of a jail that Ricky is in, because he's in there for, at this moment, unbeknownst reasons. But by the look of it, and when he gets into the story, it's like, oh, he's the little fugly potato baby from the first movie in the passenger seat of the car. I have no problems saying that, like, that poor infant had a Mr. Potato Head. It was pretty bad.
To quote Cotton Hill from King of the Hill, everybody hated that baby.
Dude, it's bad. Like, it cuts in, and it makes there actually really great usage of the very front end of the original Silent Night in a movie theater scene later, which we'll get to. But when Ricky is telling his story to this doctor, he's like, just call me Doc. The orderly brings in like the tape recorder to sit down and all this other shit. And then the doc's like, all right, you can leave. And, you know, he kind of gives the I'm watching you eyes to Ricky.
Dude, he gives him the Dikembe Mutombo.
He does, dude. He fucking really does. But I love whenever Ricky starts kind of getting in the doc's face, like right off the bat. The orderly comes back and he's like, I told you to get out. And then he looks at Ricky and he just kind of points and he wiggles his hand back and forth. Like, what the fuck was that? Normally you give the kind of like, you didn't say the magic word finger to somebody, but he, like, it's like he's pointing at him and then he's like back and forthing. Like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
The director was on smoke break.
I'm pretty fucking sure.
Yeah.
But I love the delivery from Ricky on every line he has in this monologue that he gives. It's just so funny. He talks with his eyebrows a lot, too. His eyebrows, like, do a lot of acting. Yeah, it's fucking great, man. He's got two people's eyebrows, like, just built in completely. The Rick.
Just two caterpillars on crack just wriggling on his face.
Yeah. I just kind of want to call him the Rick, Dwayne the Rick Johnson. Like, just like leaving him in there.
If you smell what the Rick is cooking.
Oh, dude, it's a bunch of bullshit, and we smell it, like, very much. So he starts getting, and he's like, well, you know, who killed your parents, Ricky? And he's like, do you really want to know? Do you want to know? And it's like, we already know, motherfucker. Just come out. And he's like, it was Santa Claus. It's like, okay. So we're supposed to believe, you know, we're supposed to suspend our disbelief that this guy is recalling actual footage events from the first film. He's like, I knew. I was there. It's like, motherfucker, you were one. You do not remember fuck all about what happened. You only know what your brother told you, and your brother's fucking dead now. Like, he could not have possibly told you all this shit while Mother Superior was beating the fuck out of him in the orphanage. So we get our first bit of first movie flashback where the parents are in the car after visiting the grandfather, and they get stopped by a broken down vehicle with a Santa Claus in the middle of the road, which in the first movie, this Santa Claus has just committed armed robbery and murdered a guy at a convenience store, which that footage actually gets used later on while they're in the movie theater in a very triggering scene for Ricky. Anyway, we relive that whole part, of like his dad gets shot, the mother gets assaulted and like gets her throat slit, and Ricky is whining in the seat because he's a baby, and then Billy is across the street hiding from the Santa Claus. And then we mostly just get flashbacks of Billy's abuse in the child orphanage and his PTSD when it comes to Christmas and Santa Claus. But the way Ricky retells this shit, it's fucking comedic. Like, in what is supposed to be very tragic becomes comedy. The way he just delivers, "It was that bitch Mother Superior." Like, the way he delivers these lines, it's so campy.
Oh, yeah. No, his delivery, his performance as a whole, really is kind of, I mean, there's a reason Garbage Day is the meme. It's because of this guy. Like, the movie itself is largely unremarkable. I mean, it is pretty campy fun, and it has a very twisted sense of humor about it that actually works really well at times. And also from a production value standpoint, as cheap as this movie reportedly was, and as limited resources as they had to shoot the new footage, there's actually some craftsmanship in here that you kind of have to keep a keen eye out for to notice. But there's some like cinematography here and there and some effects work here and there that shows that there was actually some care and some love put into this thing for as little as they had to work with. But yeah, when it comes down to it, though, like really this Eric Freeman, who, as Richie had said, was definitely hired for his looks, he really does carry the thing in a lot of ways. Like, he's the poster boy for the movie. And I don't know if you ever do this, Richie. I should scratch that and just say, yes, I know you do this, Richie. I know you enjoy doing this. But I enjoy looking at actors in movies like this, that people that don't really have vast filmographies or careers, and just kind of like theorizing like who they look like to be. And to me, I'm curious if you have a pitch to like run parallel to mine. To me, this gentleman looks like Glenn Guglia from The Wedding Singer.
Oh my God, he fucking does. Jesus Christ, I've never fucking made that connection.
Funny enough, he looks like another Adam Sandler villain in the form of Shooter McGavin. He's Glenn Guglia and Shooter McGavin mixed in one.
Oh no!
Oh no, that's not good.
Green jacket, red jacket, who gives a shit? Obviously for Christmas, it's gold jacket, green jacket. For those out there that's like, that's not the right line. I fucking know it's not. It's my show. Fuck you.
But then on top of that, he's built like fucking Lex Luger or some shit.
Dude, that's the first fucking thought I did have. I was like, this is like this all-American like build and shit. Because later on when you see him in his street clothes in the flashbacks, he's dressed like a fucking greaser, man. Like, he's got the white shirt, leather jacket on the motorcycle. I'm just waiting for him to take his little switchblade comb out and, comb his hair back.
I mean, he's Canadian, but it doesn't help that when they put him in an alley, immediately I start thinking of Roddy Piper and They Live. Like, it's like, oh, he's going to beat someone's ass in an alley? We going to get some Rowdy Piper action here?
Right. It's the Hollywood backlot brawl.
What was that, against Gold Dust?
Yes.
Yeah, classic.
What a match. Yeah, what a match. Broke his fucking hand. Like, legit broke his fucking hand punching him in the head.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to break your hand, at least you get a cool story about it after that.
Yes. Yes. But yeah, that guy's built, Eric Freeman is built like a brick shithouse, man. Because that's one thing about the first movie and this movie that I did want to point out, because often in horror movies, we always get the villain just having superhuman strength. Because a couple of times in the first movie, Billy lifts somebody up by their neck with Christmas lights in the back warehouse. And then again, he just picks that woman up with ease and plants her on the deer antlers. But they have shown in both of these movies at least some form of like physique of these characters. And both Billy and Ricky are shredded, for lack of a better term. they have muscle mass, and I was able to kind of suspend my disbelief there for a moment because I have seen smaller gentlemen who look unassuming as fuck exhibit great feats of strength, and it's like, holy shit, my guy. And coupled with, I'm sure the adrenaline rush of like, I'm about to kill this guy. Like, unstoppable.
Punish.
It's either punish or naughty, and I had to fucking laugh every time. Okay, so they both have like their own thing. Like Billy was punish, and it was the same cadence line every time. And
so
that's what I laughed at every fucking time. That's one of the dialogue edit. Yeah, punish. It's just God. You hear it, and then you just hear somebody get obliterated. It's like punish. Oh.
My God, he's broken in half.
Every fucking time.
But Ricky, I like that actually. The brothers, Billy and Ricky, they have their catchphrases, and as you said, Billy's punish, but Ricky's is almost like a bratty like punish,
or naughty. They were naughty. She was naughty. Like, dude.
It's fantastic. I love it. Oh shit. But yeah, I'll get off Billy, but I just wanted to point out that you're right. They do actually do a good job of like legitimately trying to sell that these two are like superhumanly strong, because like you said, like both of them display superhuman feats of strength by like picking people up with one fucking hand. But on top of that, like the cinematography and the editing also supports it on top of the actors looking the part. Because like when we first meet adult Billy, 18-year-old Billy, like there's a camera shot it's almost like semi-pornographic, or like tilts up the length of his body as if to instill in the viewer that this guy's jacked. Like this is a big dude. Like the characters in the film kind of look at him in that way. Like that's a big dude. Speaking of people that look like other people, I don't know if you would agree with this, but for some reason I kept seeing Tommy Morrison, the boxer, the Tommy Gunn from Rocky V. Whenever I was looking at Billy, I was like, oh shit, Tommy Gunn lost his marbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fucking shit going on with this dude. Like the amount of like, oh my God, he looks like this guy. He looks like that guy, especially with Billy.
I didn't appreciate seeing Billy's hairy asshole, by the way. The movie felt the need to show me that. I know it's the cut version of the movie, but for some reason, they had to keep the hairy asshole in there. What the fuck is up with that?
I have no idea.
It's like, we can't show a kid get hit, but that hairy asshole, that's key to the film, Richie.
We have to show this.
It must remain. The producers have a meeting about it. It's key to the film. The narrative doesn't make sense without it.
Yeah, that guy was not...
He was just some guy from Utah.
I know. I was just kind of looking through his filmography earlier. He didn't really do a bunch.
I mean, the other guy was probably like an amateur bodybuilder or like a hobbyist or something, but the Billy guy, I'm pretty sure he was just some fella from Utah. And the Wikipedia article tells you his girlfriend said, hey, you should do this. And he was like, okay. But anyway, I guess to get us back to where we were, maybe, the flashback at St. Mary's. What's particularly funny about that is that they actually kind of... Am I wrong on this? Like, Richie, I feel like they spun the narrative a little bit, because the first film makes it slightly... like, they do point the finger at Mother Superior and the orphanage as being somehow culpable in Billy becoming, the killer that he eventually becomes. But they kind of treat it with kid gloves. Like, they try to keep it a little bit vague. Like, they're like, oh, it's just one of many contributing factors. But it's in this film, in the sequel, where, like, combination of Ricky's narration and the clips that they very selectively decide to reintegrate into the film, they really seem like they're pointing the finger at the church and Mother Superior as being, like, the ultimate villain in the story.
Right. And I think that has to do with going back to how Ricky... if you're to believe what he's telling you, then you have to look at it through the lens of he is only reiterating what he was told by his brother. So he may have a very skewed vision of why this was happening. But to be fair, it is a combination of PTSD and also what he experienced at this orphanage, because there was the one sister that was just like, we need to get him help. There's like the one literal voice of reason amongst the orphanage. But Mother Superior is very much like old school. I'm going to beat this into you, as evidenced by her beating the shit out of the two kids that were fucking in the storage closet. You know, like that's another thing is like, Billy has seen some shit he shouldn't have been seeing as a very young child. And, you know, he's got a lot of trauma. That dude has a lot of fucking trauma. And I think that also plays into a lot of folks that do have religious trauma as children growing up, because that's very prevalent, you know, here in the States, at least. I mean, I know it's elsewhere, but like, I know a ton of people that they're sitting there and just like, fuck, I was raised like Catholic or what have you, and they're like, there's a lot of fucking, you know, trauma and scarification of my brain from shit that I grew up seeing, and now I'm like, oh fuck. So I think that might be a little subtext in there too. But if we're to look at Ricky's point of view, he's only going off of what Billy has relayed to him before he died.
Oh, but it's so much more fun to take it literally. As if, like, I remember things from when I was a baby. I'm telling you them now. Clear as day.
I was there.
I was there. I mean, that's like verbatim what he says to the doctor, and the doctor's like, you were a baby. I mean, he doesn't say that, but his face kind of tells you he's thinking it.
It's like, you little potato-headed fuck, you were not. You were there physically, but not mentally, buddy.
Yeah, and then he's like telling us about Billy in class and stuff. It's like, where were you? I don't see you in the classroom. How do you know this?
Dude, in an alternate universe, Billy becomes Billy in 4C and Dumb and Dumber.
Alternate universe, Silent Night, Deadly Night. I wonder what kind of film that would be, Richie.
Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 3, Pretty Bird. Fuck. But yeah, we get more flashbacks and then more of Ricky's story unfolding, and you get the sense that the doctor has notes on Ricky, but as Ricky starts telling more about what's happening, you see the doctor literally start to sweat bullets, where he's like, I've never heard this. I don't have notes on this. Where is this coming from? And, you know, Ricky is obviously cracking more, telling more of what he's done. We get a lot of the murder sequences replayed, you know, because he's like, well, Ricky, how did you know? Or how did he know who was naughty and who wasn't? And he's like, well, he didn't have to look very far. You know, and there's sequences of him murdering more, you know, people throughout the neighborhood, because Billy's arc is that he's trying to get back to the orphanage to kill Mother Superior for all the shit. And we get the montage of him killing the lady in the warehouse and the dude that she was with, which I have to laugh at this fucking scene. Okay, first of all, the humor and the oh fuck moment is not lost upon me when you first see Billy in the Santa Claus outfit, and he's got that like fuck you look in his eyes when he's looking in the mirror, because he's just being forced, like his PTSD is being reforced upon him unbeknownst to these people. But you as the audience see it and you're just like, oh fuck, y'all are so dead. But they're doing this like after party at the toy store that he's working at, and the scene where the two go off to the back, I laugh because they're all drunk singing Christmas carols. I don't give a fuck how drunk you are. I don't care how much of a good time you're having. In a group of 6 people, you notice when 2 people fucking go off and missing. They just were like, oh, whatever, didn't notice this happening. Like the manager and the cashier are still up front. Billy goes to the back and sees this chick that he had a thing for, just, you know, with this other dude. So he fucking murks them, and then he murks the manager, and he fucking pulls a Hawkeye and a Rambo at the same time and just bow and arrows the shit out of old girl in the front of the store.
Yeah,
the kill count is 22 in this movie, by the way.
Damn. Yeah,
like, I guess including the old murders too. So
Billy and Ricky, they put up some numbers, man, and quickly too. Like the structure of these movies is kind of it's kind of refreshing, where it's like once it goes into murder death kill mode, it's kind of just murder death kill all the way to the end. Like that's an interesting aspect of the structure, where it's like there is kind of like a halfway point where they flip a switch, and it's like, we set up everything. Now you just watch. Like, now you get what you paid for. Because really, the first half of that first movie especially is just kind of bullet points explaining the logic of leading up to Billy's psychotic break, which happens in the storeroom when all of his wires get crossed, where like all of his Christmas trauma, of which there is a lot, finds a way to converge in like one explosive moment.
The 25,000 imported Italian twinkle lights, one of the bulbs went out. He does what Clark Griswold visioned himself doing when he was karate chopping the reindeer and kicking the Santa Claus out of the sled. Billy was the physical embodiment of that outrage.
I'd love to see the actor that plays Ricky try to recite Chevy Chase's epic rant at the end of Christmas Vacation in one
where's
breath.
The Tylenol?
Yeah, where's the Tylenol? I'd love to see his eyebrows act through that whole monologue.
I'd like you to get Mother Superior with a big ribbon on her head.
Again, alternate cut of the film. Christmas Vacation with Ricky. He's one of the cousins or something.
Call it Christmas Slaycation.
But not to get us completely on a tangent here, Richie, but almost called you Ricky.
Hey, his name is Richard.
Yeah. Did you have a favorite kill in the first Silent Night, Deadly Night? It doesn't matter which movie we're talking about because all the kills in the first movie are in this movie as well. But yeah, did you have a favorite kill or series of kills? Because I know which one's my favorite.
Okay, I have two of them, really. So the obvious funny choice is when he's like, punish, and he fucking hits the cop, and the cop spills down the stairwell. Like, that's pretty fucking funny. But I have two with an honorable mention.
Okay.
One, that dude sledding down the hill, getting fucking decapitated, where he just jumps out. He's like, die. And he fucking chops his head off. And I'm like, that is so typical. That is fucking great. I saw it coming a mile away. Who didn't?
Yeah, that's the point, though. It's, it's a setup and a payoff. You're like, oh, this is going to be good. And then it gives you what you expected. And it's great.
Yep. And the other kill that I thought was just fantastic, and I say this because I've seen the uncut, and I own the uncut of this, when he lifts the girl up and he slides her slowly onto the deer antlers. Like, it's brutal. It's slow. It's brutal. It's fucking menacing, honestly. Knowing that this is like being in her, she didn't have shoes on, but being in her shoes, just getting slowly shoved into this fucking deer head. It's like, God damn, it's fucking brutal, honestly. And I thought it was really, encompassing of like, he don't give a fuck. Like, he don't give a fuck. The honorable mention is that poor bastard snowman.
Yeah, what'd he do? He wasn't naughty.
Right.
He just existed today.
Yeah, they just built him. But the shot of it is great. Like, the bloody dripping axe, and it turns sideways, and he just hits it, and he's like, fuck this snowman. It's like, dude, are you Christmas-hating bastard?
It almost reads like maybe the actor just did it just for funsies. Like the shot was just supposed to be the bloody axe, and then he walks out of frame, but then the actor's just like, fuck this shit.
Fuck the snowman.
Everybody hated that snowman.
Fuck you, Frosty.
So my favorite kill, you did mention the woman being impaled on the taxidermy, deer head. That was juicy. Gal and nothing but her Daisy Dukes, getting in a wrestling match with Santa and then getting impaled on some antlers. Good times. In the same scene, I'm sorry, Richie, to just keep throwing these at you. I should have prepped you beforehand, so you could have fun making these comparisons too. But the other man in the room, I said, was Owen Hart, Michael Cera, and Billy Zabka all in one. Mostly a really skinny Owen Hart with some Michael Cera in the face.
I just picture Michael from This Is the End. I think that was the name of the movie. This Is the End. Where he gets fucking impaled, and he's like, and he finally finds his phone. He's like, "Oh, this is really embarrassing."
I mean, you could definitely dub that audio over the guy going out the window. But yeah, he gets in a wrestling match with Owen Hart, a skinny Owen Hart, though. Then he tosses him out the window and he gets impaled on some glass. It's good times.
Yeah, I love that one too. I felt bad for the cat though, because the funny part about that scene is like this in the flashback to the first one where like they're about to get it on, if you will. He's like, oh, what's the matter? And she's like, oh, the cat wants to come inside. And like, I laughed for two reasons. One, so did he. The guy did. He wanted to come inside. But it was very funny because at first you're like, oh, she's definitely trying to just like find a nice way of saying, I don't want to fucking do this. But then she goes to the front door and it's like, oh no, the cat was really fucking scratching at the door. But then she shuts and she's like, oh, well, there you are, blah, blah. And then she turns around, punish. And then like, so great. It's like
the timing is great.
and that goes back to the editing talk, how like I swear, like editing is such a great art because editing is responsible for comedic moments. It is responsible for comedic timing in movies, and it's going to determine whether or not we find something legitimately hilarious or unintentionally hilarious. This was both. This was
it really was
both, dude.
Punish.
Yeah, punish.
It's just so sudden. It comes out of nowhere.
That's why it's funny because you normally hear him jingling up to the door any other time, but then there's just nothing, and she just turns around, punish.
I felt bad for the decor in this house, by the way.
Oh God,
the tiger paintings and the wood paneling. It took me back to a different place and time that I wasn't even alive for. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, all that shit got blood splattered all over it. But yeah, Ricky's pretty much telling all this happening, and we finally get to the part where Ricky sees Billy die in front of him because he finally makes it to the orphanage and he's about to get Mother Superior with the axe, and then he gets shot and just dies. And he's just looking at the kids as he's dying. He's like, oh yeah, you're all safe now. And he just perishes. And then they have the shot of, younger Ricky where he's just, And something that just took me completely out of it was whenever he looked at Mother Superior and was like, naughty. Because in the original movie, it's the kids saying it, but they overdub Ricky as an adult saying naughty. And I'm like, oh, that fucking took me completely out of it. And I had to laugh just because it was this real deep, gritty voice coming out of this child's mouth. That was so fucking funny to me.
Yeah, you just hear a burly man say, naughty. Yeah, this whole sequence here actually has those aforementioned examples of hilarious re-edits of the first film here. So to explain what I'm alluding to here, there's actually a bit before Billy gets to the orphanage where a different Santa Claus approaches the orphanage. And it's apparently some deaf old man or something that accidentally gets shot by the cops. It's a red herring scare kind of. But they re-edit the sequence. So there's a kid who's like going out to greet this other Santa Claus who isn't Billy. And they transpose new footage of the Ricky actor looking directly into the camera and saying, Billy, as we keep cutting back and forth between the first movie and the second movie. So it's like, it's telling the viewer that that kid from that scene is supposed to be Ricky. They retcon Ricky into the scene, but they didn't like dub new audio with a kid's voice or anything saying that. For some reason, they decided to just stitch in actual footage of the adult actor acting as the child, and they cut rapidly back and forth. It's really hilarious shit. And then on top of that naughty line that concluded the first film that Richie had mentioned, they actually did shoot new footage for that because that's a different kid than in the first film. I don't know what happened there, but apparently they were like, everybody hated that kid. Get him out of my movie.
Can't have him in here. Fuck that kid, man.
Fuck that kid.
Yeah, fuck them kids. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I thought that was an interesting way of making this whole thing, really.
It's interesting. It's not good, but it is interesting. It's strange.
So we do eventually get to where, okay, I think we're out of fucking flashback footage. We have to make something of the shit we shot for this one. So you get more flashbacks, obviously, because you need to see what happened with Ricky since Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 1. He has been adopted into a family, finally. And, for the most part, as a child, he was like, oh, I liked my parents, my foster parents. I liked them a lot. There's a shot of him in town with his mom. And he sees two nuns walking down the street, which is traumatic for him. And he's just like, and all they're doing is just walking into some store. And, the mom obviously is aware that he has traumatic issues. And her and the dad go back to the orphanage and they're, trying to explain like, this is not a problem, but they're just like, he needs help. And like, what happened here? And like, they were trying to get to the root of it, but you see as he gets older and into his teen years and into his like early adulthood that this has haunted him and followed him the entire time. There's a few murders and a few like relationship things that they kind of allude to where it's interesting. By the time they get to where he's actually had a girlfriend, I know I'm jumping ahead, but like there's just a bunch of happenings here where first of all, like the trauma with that, seeing the nuns and shit. And then more of him like, oh, I got a job and, all this other shit where he tried to live, quote, a normal life. He talked about how, his mom didn't have enough money, which this fucking line was so hilarious. It's like, my old lady didn't have money to put me through college, so I got a job. Like, very much like disgusted by the fact that he had to get a job in the workforce. He's like, so I got a job. It's at this restaurant uptown, taking out the trash and washing dishes and shit. It's like, bro, like, okay. It was just so great. Just his disgust by having to get a peasant job.
Yeah, it's like, okay, buddy, I worked at a thrift store when I was older than you, but okay, whatever, man.
Right. But like they show a scene whenever he's, obviously younger than when he got the job. And it has to do, which the color red in vehicles is a thing in this movie, which I don't know if anybody out there watching this has picked up on, but most of the scenes involving Ricky and death involve red cars. So there is a Jeep and he's just in this field somewhere, but there is a woman and a man out on like, I guess a date in this field somewhere with a red Jeep. And the man gets very handsy and assaulty with her. And he sees all this. Ricky sees all of this from a distance. And he's having more, flashbacks to every action that this man takes on this woman. It's intercut with the Santa Claus from the first movie killing his biological mother. So he sees all of this. And he retaliates by running this man over with his Jeep. But the way that it is shot is fucking hilarious. He'd been run over. So the man is getting a beer out the back of the truck. Then he goes around to the front. And then all of a sudden, Ricky's just in the driver's seat. Different actor, mind you. And the guy turns and looks. And he's just like, huh? And then there's enough time for this man to have stepped aside out of the way. But instead, he stands there like Austin Powers and the fucking steamroller and just waits for his death. Yeah, exactly. Ricky starts the fucking engine, and the way they show him getting run over is hilarious. He starts the engine, and he puts it in drive, and then the man is just full frame shot, and he fakes like falling backwards, and then that's all you see. And then Ricky driving the Jeep back and forth, just pancaking the shit out of this guy into the grass. And he's thanked by the lady, and she walks, and, she doesn't get killed, but like, it's one of the first times we see Ricky as an adult, like exacting murder on somebody for that, which there's another thing I forgot as far as like the intercut, like with another scene I did want to mention. And it goes back to him saying naughty again, which again, it's another fucking running gag here. When Billy is being disciplined for having seen the two people having sex in the closet, he's being whipped with a belt. And every time she smacks him with the belt, it cuts to Ricky, who looks like he's like he looks like he's straining to take a shit, really. And every slap you hear, she was naughty. And I'm like, you're not in pain. What the fuck is this? It's like performance art for this doctor.
I'm telling you, the director was on smoke break probably through this entire interview sequence. It's like the framing device of the whole movie.
It's just like roll camera, do whatever the fuck.
On the subject of the red Jeep murder, as you call it, I guess, the transition between, quote, 12-year-old Ricky and, quote, 17-year-old Ricky is utterly laughable. I'm sorry. This, quote, 17-year-old Ricky looks like fucking 45-year-old Ben Shapiro or some shit with blonde highlights. It's supposed to, he says on the narration, in 5 years my dad died. And then fade to, what the fuck happened to your face?
Yeah, he's seen some shit.
I guess, but
I do want to point out that the director being on smoke break, this man also was the editor on the Street Fighter movie, yeah.
Yes. Apparently most of his credits are as editor. Funny enough, he has, as Richie said, been on the set of movies that you may have seen. But yeah, he's largely an editor. So like maybe that says a little something about his directing skill.
Yeah, and he does like trailers, like he does editing and producing for movie trailers too. So I mean, like the guy has credibility. It's just he chose not to use it here.
Yeah, as I said, I'm not sure how to pinpoint all of this, but I did mention that there is some craft exhibited in the making of this film.
For sure.
There's a couple of shots here and there that are actually very skillfully composed. There's a fucking like split diopter shot in this movie, which is definitely something that you have to set up for. You can't just haphazardly make that shot, is what I'm saying. And even some of the kill effects, there aren't that many complex ones, but the few that we get are actually like pretty well choreographed and shot and edited. Like for what it's worth, this is a fucking movie. Like it's it's decently put together, very, very low budget movie with a lot of eyebrow acting.
Yes. But yeah, he uses this Jeep, kills this motherfucker, lets her go. And then that's whenever we kind of get into his more adulthood shit where he's like, yeah, no, I got a job. And this is another scene, like a murder scene where I don't know what to make of it other than like, it's fucking hilarious. This is something out of like a very literal cheap mob movie or something where this guy is being interrogated in an alleyway for owing money to what I would assume to be some sort of like mob or some gang or whatever the fuck.
I think he says the name Rocco at one point.
Oh, perfect.
Knuckles.
Hey, man, you owe money to Rocco. It's his modern life here. We're going to fuck you up in this alley if you don't pay up. I hope you don't...
You owes me some money for Joey Numbers over here.
Yeah, you know what? I fucking hope you don't pay on Monday because you know what? I enjoy doing this here. And he just beats the shit out of him. He beats the fucking shit out of him. He gets beat up
by this Goomba.
Yeah. And he leaves him. And then he goes to walk away, and then Ricky like has seen all this shit from him taking out garbage, and he's dressed. And I say this, I'm prefacing this. He's dressed in a white shirt and a white apron and blue jeans, like typical like wash boy kind of uniform. And the fucking guy,
this fucking guy
just shoulder checks him on the way, and he's like, hey, "What do you want, kid?" And he just like puts his hand on him. He's like, "Oh, like you know the." Interrogator is like thinking he's gonna get the drop on Ricky. Nah. Next shot is just him flying into a shit ton of boxes. It's like, bro, did you just yeet this guy like into this fucking wall like with that great of ease? Holy shit. Okay. Super Ricky picks him up, puts him against the wall, takes like 3 slugs to the face, and that's where this one guy is just like, fuck me.
So, you done fucked up.
Conveniently, Ricky decides, I think I need to audition for the Penguin in Batman Returns. There's a lovely umbrella just chilling in this trash can. He impales this guy, and not only does he impale this guy clean through his stomach, but he opens the fucking umbrella, and it's so goddamn funny. It takes me out of it so hard. This umbrella is covered in blood, and it has been just parachuted open, like in the back of this guy.
Yeah.
Not a drop of blood to be seen on Ricky. That's why I was pointing out. He's wearing all white, not a drop of fucking blood on him at all. And he just gently sets him down and it starts raining on him. Like, I just killed this fucking guy in an alley. Nobody caught me, but I'm going to leave him in this fucking alleyway. How did nobody catch this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was another thing. I was like, how did nobody know that he did this shit?
Well, they kind of do it later. Speaking of filmmaking and stuff, like they do it later, but I was expecting them to do it here, where what I was thinking was going to happen with the rain was that the rain starts pouring as soon as Ricky steps out of the frame, and then we start to zoom in on the bloomed umbrella covered in blood. I was thinking we were going to like have a jump in time within the same shot where like police investigators walk into the scene or something. So the rain is meant to imply the passage of time. But no, it was just like some impressionistic thing that I guess somebody was like, hey, I got some rain pipes here. You want to... It's like, this guy's still on the clock for stunt duty. You want to get him wet and cold? It's like, yeah, okay.
The company's like, hey, man, we need some resume. I'll cut you a deal. You just put it in this movie for like just this one scene. I'll cut you a deal on it. You know, win-win. You spend less money, you get my name in the movie. Hey.
You got to grease the palms of the rain pipe people in the film industry. Yeah. But is this where the doc is this where he starts getting sweaty in the forehead and he's like, whoa, you killed a lot more people than I thought, Ricky?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I was going to say, because he starts sweating. He's like, oh my God. He's like, wait till the board hears my opinion on this. I was like, what?
I think this is where the Jedi arc starts in the film, which is actually the best material in the movie, if you ask me.
Honestly, yes, it really is. And I cracked up because he's like, what about Jennifer? And then like Ricky, his whole facade changed, and he doesn't say it like this, but he looks at him and like, fuck you. You know, it's like, you keep your fucking mouth shut about Jenny. It's funny because like when he lays the picture of her down, it's not a picture that anybody would ever have of their girlfriend. It is a fucking headshot of the actress, and it looks like she autographed it.
It's a Johnny Cage photo.
It is, dude. Babality. God damn it. Yeah, who gives their partner like, here's a headshot? And like, unless they're just like, hey, hand this out to somebody. It's like, no, it's not very personal. It's a black and white headshot of the actress.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and then we get this whole story arc, which the way Ricky tells it is pretty funny. Like, this line of dialogue was definitely written this way. He's like, yeah, we just bumped into each other. Quite literally. He's on his motorcycle with his leather jacket and shit, and you know, his girlfriend can't drive for shit. She just fucking bumpers his ass like right off the bike. And then she gets out and she's like, oops. And I'm like, no, y'all are about to trade insurances. Like, there's no fucking way. Like, I've never heard a story where like, oh, I crashed into somebody and hey, we're dating.
Yeah, no, the apology comes first. Cute smile comes second. Order of operations.
Right. But like Ricky sees her and he's just like, oh.
I love how he's super pissed before he sees her. Like he's about to straight murder whoever it is, but then he sees the legs. Oh yeah, and the sexy saxophone on the soundtrack, and he's like, oh, never mind. It's like, I can work with this.
He's just looking. He's like, no, not naughty.
Good naughty? Naughty can be good.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It just reminds me of that 80s dating montage video that's out on YouTube. Where he's legs. So we get he sees legs and he's in love with the legs.
Yeah.
And the lady attached to the legs. So they're going on like rides on his bike. And
speaking of wasting time, speaking of padding, 5 minutes before a spoken line of dialogue in the film, and this bike riding montage, 2-3 minutes, just nothing.
Oh yeah. Like you get that, and then you get the love scene between the two, which really beautifully shot. I do have to admit, the sex scene between the two of them is shot in like it's very dim lit, blue gray like kind of hue lighting in the room. not, it's like tasteful nudes. It's not like how the first one was, where they were just like, no, we're going to show titty every 5 seconds. Like, they're like, we're going to show like side butt, side boob. And you get the dialogue where he's like, that was my first time. And I thought it was Jenny's first time too. And I was like, oh, here we fucking go. You incel piece of shit. Here we fucking go. So leads them into the movie theater.
The best scene in the movie, if you ask me.
Yes. God, yes. And I love that he doesn't know what he's there to see, but he's so into the movie trailer that's playing. And, you know, she's just like, I like you, Ricky. Like, you're different. And it's like, okay, maybe this is what Ricky needs to turn over a new leaf. And he kind of, you can see it where he's like, you know, maybe I, you know, can leave this shit behind. And it's one asshole. Every theater has this one asshole that likes to hoot, holler, and throw popcorn up in the air and catch it in his mouth and be in the very back row and be a complete dick. Smooch, kiss her, eh. So he's being a dick. And Ricky's just like, this fucking guy. You know, and she's like, oh, we got to deal with that for 2 hours. And he tries to ignore it at first, but that doesn't work because they keep on hounding. And not only do they keep hounding, once he goes like to deal with that, which this is a really weird edit to me, he leaves and then like her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend, who also resembles a Michael Cera Owen Hart amalgamation, pops up like a fucking Muppet behind her. She's like, hey, how's it going? It's like, dude, fuck out of here. You know, like she's pretty much just like, yeah, like you're an ex for a reason and all this other shit. And the kill that happens with old boy throwing the popcorn, like how Ricky handles it, is so comedic.
This whole sequence, I apologize, dear listeners, but I don't know if I have the ability to convey verbally what all of this is. You just kind of have to see it, because there's something magical about the really tight cinematography, because this is obvious. This may be shot in the same room where Ricky was being interviewed. Just with some different lighting schemes and some extra chairs put into the room or something, because this is a very small space that we're trying to masquerade as a, quote, movie theater. And then the trailer narration going on in the background is basically just rambling on and on and on about the most ultraviolet spectacle you'll ever see. And then there's the weird meta aspect of it where you see that they're apparently watching footage from the first film.
Yeah, because that's the whole thing, is like he didn't even know what movie they were there to see, because he's seeing the trailer, and what triggers him to go kill the dude with the popcorn, who is too big for his chair, by the way, and I mean too tall. Like, he looks like his legs are up to his chin sitting in this fucking thing.
He's a beanpole.
Yeah, so it's a horror movie. She's like, you know, seeing this trailer, which this is what cracks me up, this dialogue. She points out, like, during the trailer, that like the trailer's like, oh, it's ultraviolet and all this other shit. She's like, I can't believe you like this stuff. It's scary. Like, she's telling them that she can't believe that he likes this shit. But he's like, well, what movie are we seeing again? And she's like, oh, it's about a Santa Claus. Like, it's about a killer that dresses up as Santa Claus and murders people. You literally just said you couldn't believe that he's into this shit, but this is the movie you're fucking taking him to.
Yeah.
The fuck? And it, like we pointed out earlier, and like you said, it is the scene from the first Silent Night, Deadly Night, where the Santa Claus that kills his family has just committed armed robbery and shoots this guy in the head behind the counter at a convenience store.
Yeah, this is like taking Mick Foley into the hardware store. He just looks around, he's like, oh man, oh jeez, oh man.
Oh my god, that reminded me of that fucking one scene. I can't remember what TV show or movie it's from. Where like, oh man,
oh god, oh man, oh god, oh man.
Yeah, I fucking love that. And it's just Mick Foley in a hardware store. Oh man,
oh god, oh man, oh god, oh man, oh god. Just tacks everywhere.
Yes.
Just spin the camera around him freaking. Actually, somebody should do a cameo of Mick Foley doing that in a hardware store. Spinning around with his phone going, oh god, oh man. Surrounded by sledgehammers and tacks and garbage cans.
Oh my. So he fucking sees this happen. And then he just breaks and he just turns and looks naughty or punish or both probably at the same time. Nuttish.
I can break it down for you. The timing of this is just masterful comedy. I don't think intentional, but somehow it just came together beautifully where she mentions to Ricky that the movie's about a Santa Claus who kills people, and then he just like snaps at her and he's like, what? Like his voice goes up. He's like, what?
I fucking love it too.
And then cut to footage from the first movie of the killer Santa Claus who killed his parents. I'm holding you up, asshole. And then he shoots the Quickie Mart guy. Bang, he's dead. Cut to Ricky in close-up turning his head to the side. Punish! And then he just bamfs out of the scene, and Jenny doesn't even move. Like, she doesn't even watch him step out of the room. He just gets up, he says, punish, loud, big as life and twice as ugly, and she just keeps watching the movie. That's hilarious. I thought he was going to come back, like, they weren't even going to show it. He was just going to come back with blood on his chest or something and be like, what'd I miss?
See, that's the artistic side.
Yeah.
That's how they could have done it. They didn't do it this way, though.
No, absolutely not. This scene goes on and on and on, but there's just something so incredibly off-kilter about it. It's comedic gold, if you ask me.
Oh, for sure.
Like, the whole interaction with her ex, like he is like a Muppet, just like draped over the back of a chair. He just pops up out of nowhere. And at one point, she's like yelling in his face, in the theater, mind you. It's like, tell that woman to shut the fuck up. Somebody throw some shit at her. And she says, I would rather die than go out with you again. And this fucking guy, his reaction, he just pauses and like looks around. He's like, what are you trying to say? It's like, I would rather die than go out with you again. What? What are you talking about? Oh my God.
The way Ricky kills the guy with the popcorn, though, is great because he's talking to his friend, and then they cut back to him, and then they cut back, like it's the camera panning back and forth. So when the dude with the popcorn turns to look again, Ricky's just right there in his face. And the way he kills him, the guy's legs are up in the air, like shaking, and popcorn is flying. And you don't see it. It's just implied that Ricky has pinned him to the floor. He's either finger blasted him or he's murdering him. I don't know which of the two, but there's popcorn flying and he's dying.
Yeah. So much like Billy and Ricky, my wires get crossed often when I'm watching things. I'm that guy who finds a way to associate everything with everything. Sometimes it could be obnoxious, I know. But anyway, watching this, something about the flat angle of these legs kicking up from below the chairs in the theater. I thought of two things. I thought of, one, that fucking guy getting sucked down the drain in the 1988 Blob movie.
Oh, wow. Yes.
And two, totally different. Michelangelo beating the fuck out of that Foot Clan guy in Ninja Turtles 2.
You want a pickle? I'll give you a pickle.
He yanks himself down.
Fuck.
It's like, dude, you beat the fuck out of him like 20 seconds ago. Why are you still going?
Combat cold guts.
Guilty pleasure movie of mine for sure.
I fucking love that sequel so much.
It's just fun. It's just fun.
It is. God. So after he Michelangelo's the fuck out of this guy, he just comes and sits back, I guess. And then we cut from the movie theater, to them. They're walking, like, not literally this quickly, but we see him, in his sweater, his blue sweater with his white shirt underneath it.
The blue sweater. The one that the majority of the internet and people familiar with this movie know him by.
Yes, his signature sweater, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they're walking in broad daylight, beautiful day, neighborhood. Hardly anybody's out and about in this neighborhood for reasons, but I digress.
Budgetary reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. But her ex is, when he was away murdering old boy, her ex in the theater was like, when you made that promise of life or whatever the fuck, however he worded it, he was like, oh, in the back of my car. And she's like, oh, don't tell anybody about that. I'll kill you. And it was like, oh, yeah, she definitely fucked this guy. Regrettably fucked this guy. Ricky doesn't know about this. So as they find him working on his car, they're confronted, and this comes out in conversation towards Ricky from this guy where he's just like, oh, yeah, I fucked your broad in the backseat of this car. It's a red car.
Mm-hmm.
So she gets shoved down. And Ricky, in a blind rage, just grabs this fucking guy, pins him to the engine because the hood's popped open, puts a set of jumper cables into his mouth, onto his tooth, and then cranks the voltage up and pops this dude's eyes out of his fucking sockets with this.
Good kill.
I loved it. That was probably the most realistic murder, like, in this movie. Like, as far as like, oh, it's not a superhuman feat of strength. He didn't shove an umbrella through a guy. Like, if you're electrocuted, like your eyeballs are your eyeballs are gonna pop out of your fucking head. Like, there's no question about that.
Yeah, the effect is rendered really well, where they made the correct choice of having him wear sunglasses, so the head sculpt that they have to show on screen for several seconds, it doesn't look as phony because you can't see the glassy eyes and stuff. And then the eyeball popping through the glass, mind you, is done pretty well. There's some nice gore there, and even the timing of the edit is actually very funny. Like, again, this director is an editor, so he knows his way around these kind of things, because we keep intercutting the voltage meter, and then like a moment after the eyeball explodes and we get a reaction shot of Ricky looking pretty happy with his handiwork, we cut back to the voltage meter flatten out to zero. And it's just this very comedic cut where it's like, yeah, he's dead. like, that's what that means. Also, that's not how electricity works. He does have his hand on his throat as he's electrocuting the man. You don't want to do that if you want to kill him, but not you.
Yeah, exactly. So, kills this dude, and then Jennifer is just like, I hate you, Ricky. Like, she's so pissed off at him for defending her honor and killing this guy who was a complete dick and probably would have fucking killed her. Like, straight up. So, that breaks him. He's pissed off.
Punish.
Yeah, for sure. And I totally just remembered this, our conversation about watching this on Tubi.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of edits, there's one part where he's talking to the doc, and he's like, are you going to tell me about this? And Ricky's like, yeah, here it comes. Ad break for Tide Pods.
Oh my God. See, I lucked out. I think I got all my ads front loaded, so I didn't get the ad break there, but that's kind of beautiful. Like, I don't know if somebody manually programmed that, but that's kind of beautiful.
On my second watch through was in the same fucking spot. So whoever is responsible for inserting the ad breaks, I think they knew exactly what the fuck they were doing.
That sounds like the case. That's really cute, actually.
It's funny. Because he was like, here it comes. And I'm like, all right, fuck yeah. Oh, no, well, Ricky's going to give us an ad for Tide Pods.
Delicious Tide Pods. For kids. The new taste sensation, Tide Pods.
Are your clothes naughty? Punish them with Tide Pods.
Get the Billy actor to come back, put the Santa Claus costume back, knock a door down, punish with Tide Pods.
He kicks it down like that fucking meme of Big Bird kicking that door off the
hinge. Punish stains with Tide Pods.
Yes.
Make it happen, Tide.
Fucking A.
Oh, shit. I love Jennifer's uh-oh after he's...
Jesus, yes! He fucking love it. Oh, because he gets so mad. She knows that she's super fucked.
She knows it's over.
He just breaks the antenna off of this car and
Yeah, literally just He choked her out with a car antenna. Everything was great. We were having a good time, and then I lost it. It's like Chris Farley and Tommy Boy. Like, I killed my sail. I love it, and I massage it, and I killed Jenny.
Bro, he killed the shit out of her too. Like, he's fucking her face that she makes when she flops. Though I was like, oh god, so funny.
Shit.
Then the police show up. Like the sheriff like rolls up and God, what a kill here too. Whenever this is how he acquires the revolver that he's starting to walk around the neighborhood with. Dude's like, freeze. And he's like, I'm just going to slip these cuffs on you nice and easy. Cause I think it's funny because Ricky just looks at him and is like, okay.
Yeah.
Dude points the gun like a centimeter from his nose. And Ricky just without hesitation or any kind of struggle just grabs the gun. And then it immediately cuts to the dude. Like, it's supposed to imply that Ricky like turned the cop's hand around and made him like shoot himself in the face. But it happens so quickly that the gun almost instantly is like turned around and just poof, in the dude's face, his dying fucking dumb face. It looks as if Don Knotts had an orgasm.
Whoa!
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the first thing I thought. I was like, this Mayberry looking motherfucker just eats shit and dies. And of course, Ricky has the gun and he's just like, ha 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 ha.
His chuckle.
It's the best. There's no expression on his face. Like, it's just flat, but his mouth is open and maybe his eyebrows raised a little. He's like, ha 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 ha. And like, just walking around. Yeah, exactly. just shooting motherfuckers. And there's another red car that appears, and Ricky shoots at this car 3 or 4 times, actually, finally hits the radiator, I guess, and causes the car to lose control into a very conveniently placed construction area, like on the road, where it was purposely set up as a stunt ramp. Because I don't know if anybody out there listening knows this, but typically if you see a vehicle crash in a movie where the car flips over the truck or the whatever happens, there's like a stunt railing attached to the front end of the vehicle that acts as a ramp to both get the car off the ground and provide the target leverage to flip the car at the same time. Well, we didn't have a car to do that, so let's just put this pile of construction dirt here with some caution signs and we'll just hide the ramp that way. Well, not only did they hide the ramp very well, they almost killed the stunt actor playing Ricky in this fucking scene because holy shit, that car misses him by a cunt hair.
Yeah, it goes a little further than expected, and it misses him by the centimeter, as you said.
Like, that was seconds away from becoming a trauma stunt scene. Anybody out there that knows trauma knows the shit I'm talking about. The one car flip they use in almost, they shoehorn it into almost every one of their movies because the guy in the car almost died making that stunt happen. So of course they're going to keep fucking using it. I would. Yeah,
it's like when they set Godzilla on fire in Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. They put that in at least 2 movies because you gotta. It's like that guy was literally set on fire when we didn't mean for it to happen. We should probably use that for all it's worth. Just in honor and tribute of the man who had to suffer through that.
Yeah, I kind of want to see the Silent Night Deadly Night Part 2 car flip. Like everything.
I mean, that would be great. But speaking of this sequence, Richie, I don't know if you got this vibe, but this kind of made me think of American Psycho a little bit. Like
yes.
The conclusion of that movie, where it starts to get louder, faster, and more unhinged to the point where you're starting to question if what you're seeing is real or not. Because remember, all of this is being imparted to us via narration and stuff. And just the series of murders that happen here, it's so much. And it gets so over the top to the point that, as you said, we get a fucking vehicular stunt in a movie that really doesn't have the money for it. It really did make me think of American Psycho just a little bit. And remember, this movie came out way before that one, but we got to talk about Garbage Day.
Yeah, and I just want to point out one more thing about that fucking car.
Yeah.
Did that car need to just... did we fucking need the car to blow the fuck up the way that it did?
Yes, it did, because this was 1987, and it was, as was the style at the time, Richie. Like that's how cars flipped in the 80s. They needed a big fucking fireball to accompany them, regardless of how much fuel they had in the tank or whatever. By the way, a weird thing to point out, but both of these movies very much feel their time. The first Silent Night, Deadly Night in particular is 1984 in a bottle. Just that toy store, Richie. The the best fucking toy store maybe ever. We got Return of the Jedi toys. We got fucking He-Man. We got fucking G.I. Joes. We got Smurfs in there for some fucking reason. Get that foreign shit out of my American Toy Store. We got all the good stuff.
Yeah, I loved how much of a time capsule that movie wound up becoming.
Even the soundtrack, it's a weird thing, and I don't think there's actually grounds for it, but the movie came out in November, and I think The Terminator came out in October of the same year, and the score for Silent Night, Deadly Night is eerily reminiscent of Brad Feidel's score for The Terminator, in particular during like the murder sequences. Another like time capsule vibe that it has, like that not quite 1985 time period of like synth music and stuff.
Very well done for what it was. You know,
yeah.
we keep talking about how well made Silent Night, Deadly Night was for what it was and for how much it was made for. It's one of my favorite Christmas slashers, to be quite honest. Getting to the post-car explosion, we come across the scene, capital letters, the scene that everybody knows from this movie, whether or not you know that it is from this movie. Everybody knows this GIF. Everybody knows this scene. It's been used countless times over at least the last decade in YouTube reviews. It's been used in podcasts. It's been used as references on fucking talk shows. Like everything that I have ever heard use this. It works. And there's a reason it works, is because it's so bad it's good.
This movie is good bad.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's just this poor, unfortunate soul. Two of them, in fact, back to back. Ricky's just continuing his little neighborhood stroll with his gun and shoots a dude having his morning coffee, getting a paper off the front porch, splatters his fucking siding of his house with his own blood, turns around, dude bringing out 10 garbage cans to the road. Not the number 10, but the material 10, T-I-N, garbage can to the road, because there's only 2 of them. Funny enough, puts the first one down, grabs the second one, and the camera angle, like, I think it's also the edit that makes this as funny as it is, really. The camera angles and the timing of all of it is just fun and stupid.
Yeah, it's kind of a beautiful combination of elements where we have the tin garbage can being pulled out of the frame to reveal Ricky standing in the middle of the street. And the soundtrack, I mentioned this about the first film. I actually quite like the soundtrack for the first film, the score. Second one, I'd say, is a little chintzy, not nearly as good. And in fact, the new score that they composed for it, that they play over the clips from the first film, kind of cheapens the material a little bit. But here, just encapsulated in this one series of shots, it works beautifully because it's so melodramatic and almost like Looney Tunes-esque in how it plays into the action of every shot. Because there's like a like flourish when he twirls the revolver.
Oh my god!
And then there's the booming percussion where it's like boom, 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 like Debo's coming down the street or some shit.
What you got on my drink, homie? Nothing, man. What you got on my garbage, homie?
Yeah, this close up of this guy and his fucking eyebrow acting. Just garbage day.
And then dude fucking dies.
But on top of that, like you said, the editing. Like, another meme that is less well known, but probably should be well known if you're interested in bad filmmaking. Taken 3. Liam Neeson hopping over a fence. Just look up that clip, dear listener, and you'll see what I'm talking about. They use like 13 fucking cuts to show that 55-year-old man hop over a fucking fence. It's like 1 second of footage. It's like 1 second of that fucking film. It's like 13 fucking edits. And here, when this poor schmuck gets shot, garbage day, the reaction shot of him getting hit, it's just like, there's like a reversal shot in there, like there's a mirrored angle, we cut to Ricky for some reason, it's like 3 or 4 different cuts inside of 1 second of film to show the squib go off. And this is me talking directly out of my ass, I cannot confirm if this is true. What I read from that, Richie, is I don't think the squib worked. I think there was something wrong with the blood explosive. Like, maybe the effect didn't sell properly. so they had to cut around it, and the way that they handled it was by aggressively smashing 5 different angles into 1 second of film.
That makes total sense. And I have a small story to tell about like using multiple angles for one shot.
Please.
I did it in high school as just a comedy bit. Like me and 2 of my friends used to film everything. Like when I say everything, I mean we filmed the dumbest shit. We filmed our day-to-day lives. Like we wanted all this shit on camera because like, well, we want to look back on this. And in turn, we're like, hey, let's make some stupid like comedy shorts. And the way that I had to do it was that I didn't have the ability or the means to edit post. So everything that we did, I had to just get it in one take, back to back to back. So we thought it would be fucking hilarious if we just made fun of how most action movies will show like, dude gets shot, exploding building, but there's like 50 different angles of it happening, and it happens. Like, it's not like building explodes and then there's like 50 angles showing like the post of it. It's like, no, the building is fine, then it blows up, and then there's a different angle. The building is fine, and then it blows up, just over and over. We went so far as to like show a thief in the house tripping and falling on the way out, trying to leave like through the garage opening door. I filmed my friend tripping at least 10 times, once from the doorway, once from the attic stairwell, once from the window looking into the garage, one from behind him. And then in my dumb brain thinking this is going to be funny, I would love to see this actually happen in a movie one day, is why I'm telling this story. We had an old refrigerator in our garage that just was empty, didn't work, wasn't plugged in. I got in the refrigerator and the shot is the door opening like from inside, and you just barely peek out the crack of the door opening, and he's just, just falling the fuck over. And I'm like, I want some stupid camera angles like that showing anything like this. Like, God, I think that is also why I love editing, and I think editing lends itself to either humor or covering up shit, which in this case, it was both. Like, funny, but like you said, I think the same theory about having to cover up the blood squib, because in a movie like this, there should have been one, and it wasn't there.
Yeah, it's evident that there was an effect there, but it blows by so quickly that you only see the faintest evidence of it being there. But sounds like you want Alton Brown to start shooting schlock cinema or something from his test kitchen. But story time. I also filmed a lot of stupid skits with my friends back in the day. Not quite as prolific as you, but we would get together, and inevitably, a friend of mine had a lot of airsoft guns. And so inevitably, almost every fucking thing that we would ever make was gun deal gone bad with 16-year-old kids with a mini DV cam. And inevitably, everybody who got killed in those movies, because people had to die, Richie. They just got to die. That's what teenage boys are all about when it comes to shit filmmaking in their teens. Anytime somebody had to die, we would make sure that they were in the bathroom. So that the blood pump, we had a pesticide sprayer that we made into like a pneumatic air sprayer for blood effects, for squibs, basically. Anytime somebody died in our movies, they'd be standing in the shower for some reason, fully clothed, and then they'd get shot with the one gas-powered airsoft pistol that my friend had, just to get the slide moving, you know.
Easy cleanup, man.
That was the idea. I mean, it was his mom's house. Like, we don't want to make a mess for his mom. She was a wonderful lady.
Need to punish those stains? Get Tide Pods.
There you go, man. We tied it together. But yeah, I also had the problem of not having access to post-production editing until several years later. So as I'm listening to you tell this story, I'm remembering, like, it's all flashing before my eyes, like, oh man, how many takes of my movies, which had to be shot in sequence like yours, like everything had to just be shot and you just go. Like, it all has to, you have to get it right the first time, basically. Yep. How many shots began with either the word action or the last half of the word action, or shit, or a hand covering the lens, or somebody standing still for a full second before they start moving in the shot. It's never not funny. And then to make matters worse, Richie, and I'm done. Like, I swear this is the end of story time. I also used to try to make stop motion films without editing
Me too.
You too?
Yeah, I did it with my fucking Spider-Man action figures.
I did mine with Dragon Ball Z and Gundam models. Gundam models because of the articulation and stuff. And I would shoot them on the hardwood floor of my childhood bedroom. So, like, I would make no attempt to dress up the background. So there were just, like, bed frames and toys scattered about in the background of every shot. Constantly moving because I was always moving around, knocking shit around the background. So it's just a horrible mess. But every frame things are teleporting around in the background.
Yeah, but you had fun, Trevor. I know you did. I had fun doing that shit, too.
I had a blast.
Fucking great. We used to make whole action movies with our action figures.
I wish I had the patience to go back to that because it was fun and I did get some good results out of it. But to complete the thought, again, I was doing stop motion without editing. So, and I couldn't take still frames either. So I had to like tap the record button and just hope it got the right amount of frames, not too much, not too little. It never was the right amount. And so often my hand is just teleporting in and out of the frame because the time between when you hit the button and when you hit the button again is indeterminate. You don't know when the lens is actually running, like when it's actually processing the footage. So my hand is just like, it's like just a boring mess covering the action every fucking frame. It's like watching Master Hand from Super Smash Brothers. Finagle all the figures.
Directed by Master Hand.
Directed by Master Hand. Anyway, we can get back to the movie. I'm sorry.
If only Master Hand had directed Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. So we get the garbage day.
Garbage day!
Gunshot. Which I should point out, the gunshot effect that I used earlier was actually pulled from Mac and Me whenever Mac is outside the store and old boy in the wheelchair actually gets shot, because there actually is a version of that movie where they show the child being shot.
I think my brother got traumatized by that one when he was a little kid.
Yeah, so I pulled the audio from that because it was fucking hilarious. It's almost as funny as him flying off the cliff in the wheelchair too.
Oh
so.
my God.
So speaking of wheelchairs, I promise this is going somewhere. Ricky shoots garbage day, and then he's like, maybe I should moita this gentleman in a Santa Claus outfit and use a payphone to call the orphanage, and like, Santa's coming. It's like, oh fuck. So we get a shot of the dude dead, like face pressed against the glass of the phone booth, which is so goddamn funny. And in one of the other moments that it seems like it's supposed to be frightening, it's also funny, which, like most of this movie, it is. It's the kids that are playing outside of the orphanage, and it's like a little toy Santa Claus robot walking on the pavement, and then Ricky in the Santa suit like axes it, and then you hear the music like, like get all like warbled and shit, and then the Santa Claus toy just starts like twitching and shit. I'm like, okay, that's funny. When it started like, like I laughed my ass off at that. Now to get to why this whole thing works and does not work. It is mentioned earlier that Mother Superior had a severe stroke. I was not aware that having a severe stroke turns you into the Toxic Avenger. That fucking woman had testicles glued to her face with the makeup drawings of the original Evil Dead like matted onto her, and then also it was just god awful. Like, first of all, she had a stroke severe enough to turn her face into the Toxic Avenger. She is ungodly strong to be wheeling herself around in a wheelchair, first of all. And then why is this bitch drinking wine? You should not drink wine if you've had this debilitating of a fucking stroke, first of all. You shouldn't be doing goddamn anything that's going to affect your health further. She's in this house, orphanage, whatever. There's no access elevator to put her up these fucking stairs.
Yeah, she doesn't have a gremlin's chair.
No, she does. I thought the same shit too. God damn, I love that movie. So, no, she doesn't have a gremlin's stairwell, and Ricky shows up. And not only does he show up, punish again, like through the door, which that is the weakest fucking door I've seen. And the way the deadbolt is...
Since the first film.
Right. Because like the fucking deadbolt on the door does not have an actual locking hinge coming out of where it is. The door handle has its own lock, but the deadbolt has its own lock that doesn't actually lock.
Yeah.
She fucking is fighting this full-blown... This is the part that I'm getting to that doesn't make sense. She had a stroke. She's in a wheelchair. Ricky has lifted by hand a man that is larger than him, this fucking guy, in an alleyway. He's ungodly strong.
One-handed.
How is it? Yeah, one-handed. How is he being defeated by a nun in a wheelchair and a fucking like sofa table against a door that is flimsy as all fuck?
Well, because she kicks ass for the Lord, Richie.
Jesus fuck!
I had to, man.
Man, bitch looking like fucking Wheels from the BK Kids Club, like kicking Ricky's ass. Like, shit, man.
Yeah.
But that axe, like, delivers a here's Johnny's scene, but it's like they missed an opportunity there.
Yeah, here's Ricky, here's Santa, something, you know? Like, if you're gonna do it, just do it.
Yeah.
Stop trying to hit me and hit me.
Exactly. If you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge anything.
That's a tool that he needed to incorporate into his arsenal. Just throw fucking lug wrenches at people. Where's Mick Foley to defend us at Christmas?
No shit.
Oh, shit. But yeah, the makeup effect on her face, it's bizarre that they included that line of dialogue about the stroke. They should have said she was in a house fire or she got in a car wreck or something else, because it's very obviously there to conceal the fact that they changed actresses. Because the same character is featured in the flashback footage in the same film. And it's a good actress, too. It's a Lillian Chauvin. She's a very talented French actress, I think. She played the Mother Superior in the first film. This lady, I don't know who the fuck she is, but she's got a lot of makeup on her face to cover up the fact that they swapped her out. But by the way, when Ricky is busting down the front door of her home, this really reinforces what I was talking about kind of this movie pointing the finger a lot harder towards the church and towards Mother Superior as being responsible for these two boys' rampage. Her fucking address, Yep. 666. Featured very prominently in several shots during the sequence. It's
gotta
meant,
make sure you see it.
It is meant to register with you, the viewer. She is the Debo.
The devil. I invented Christmas. Santa Claus is the devil. Oh fuck.
Vicky Valancourt, Mother Superior.
Jesus.
If only Ricky was charging at people going,
oh, Ricky Bobby Boucher.
H2, oh yeah.
H2 ho ho ho. God damn it.
But yeah, our final girl chase in this movie is between a nun with a horribly burned face in a fucking wheelchair being chased by Lex Luger in a Santa Claus costume.
That's so great.
The epic feud of the ages.
The shot where she gets away and he finally busts through the door and he's just like hunched over like with the fucking axe, dude. And, like a couple things again I got to point out, you know, with her having her debilitating stroke and her toxic Avenger face.
Yeah.
And she looks like she should be weak as fuck. Dude, I think it's hilarious how she wheels over to the stairs. There's another wheelchair there. And then he's about to swing at her. And then like she flies out of the wheelchair and just takes like the most violent tumble down a set of stairs. Should have killed her. And, you know, Ricky's far behind because he got his axe stuck in the wheelchair and he's trying to get it out. She has enough time to strong arm herself on the banister into a wheelchair that's just conveniently placed at the bottom of the stairs. I'm like, is this the fucking wheelchair emporium? Like, what the fuck?
It's the Silent Hill house. There's just random wheelchairs just strewn about.
Yeah. It just makes me like think about like she's got no service stairwell, service elevator, none of that shit. Does she just like army crawl up the stairs to different wheelchairs. Like, what happens if this bitch lives in like a 5-story house and she's got to crawl to the 5th floor for something, and she's got a 5th wheelchair just chilling, waiting for her, like, and nobody else is there to assist her.
She's a tough old crone. That's how she likes it.
Yeah, she is. It's
I mean,
like
she like is mad at a Christmas parade. She has some line that is really meant to instill in us, the viewer, that she is not a nice person. She's like watching the Christmas parade and she's like, they're fouling the sacraments. It's like, wow, this is the Gremlins lady. This is Mrs. Deagle.
She's sitting there and she's like, my name is Superior.
The real cherry on top, though, is that she grabs a kitchen knife and she wheels out to face this motherfucker. Like, she doesn't hide. She comes to him.
That whole goddamn scene is great. Like, she has the gall to stare him down, a man on 2 legs that already has that advantage over her with a fucking reachable axe. Like, dude, you shouldn't be talking shit from your fucking wheelchair, lady. Like, this man is about to wreck your ass. And she's just sitting there and she's like shaking with the knife, like yelling at him. She's like, you will take your punishment and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, the fuck he is. Like,
she has like a Darth Vader speech. She's like, you are weak, just like your brother. Your brother's soul is mine. I change it. It's Shang Tsung, not Darth Vader. Your brother's soul is mine.
Don't do it, Ricky. I have the high ground. And he's just like,
he just looks down at her.
Yeah, he just like does his like laugh at her, like, okay, bitch. We're here to play.
Oh shit. But it's actually kind of interesting because we're laughing a lot, but they actually made, I guess, some attempt to like carry on her characterization from that first film, because we didn't talk about it, but this actually worked in her favor last time. Like, she held to her faith and stared the killer Santa Claus down, and then fate, or whatever, God, if you will, like, intervened in the form of the detective shooting Billy in the back. So it worked last time. So she's just kind of banking that it's going to work out again, I guess. And it's like, that wasn't wise.
Right.
It's like when the graboid spits out the bomb the second time, where it's like, oh shit, he learned.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Holy shit. Yeah. God, I love Tremors. Holy shit, I love that movie.
Yeah, one of my favorites when I was young.
Same.
Still is.
Second one, too.
Second one's not bad. And in fact, I think it just came out in 4K.
Ooh, I have to buy it.
Yeah, it's an Arrow. They do good work.
They do. Mm. So we do get that stare down, and we get an off-screen kill, because when the police finally do show up to the orphanage to gun down Ricky, they come across Mother Superior just kind of like sitting in a chair, and it's that reveal of like, oh, her head got lopped off very, very cleanly. There's no blood.
Yeah, this is a lightsaber decapitation.
Yeah, I want whatever axe he's using. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, this is like, Taye Diggs getting his face cut off in Equilibrium.
Fuck.
Trevor coming in hot with the obscure references.
There you go. There you go. It's like a hot knife through butter. Shit. But yeah, Ricky gets gunned down, but it's kind of like he's showing like this superhuman as kind of like thing, which he's not impervious, but you know, he's taking like shots to the face from a dude punching the fuck out of him, and it's no effect on him. And I think he takes maybe like 3 or 4 gunshots. I've lost count, but I know it was like not a whole bunch, but not one.
He's putting up Michael Myers numbers.
Yeah, and they blast him through one of the glass door frames or whatever. And the ending is quite interesting. The second nun or whatever rolls in there, and
the nice nun.
Yeah, the nice one. She gets knocked down, and she rolls over and she sees like the decapitated head of Mother Superior there, and it causes her to scream. And Ricky, who we think is dead, hears the scream, and he opens his eyes, and it looks like he just grins, and then it cuts to what I think, or what I believe, is a shot of a knife coming in, getting stabbed, and that's from the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
And they freeze frame it, and that's where the credits start to roll. And that's the end of Ricky's arc in Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, but it is continued in Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 3, and Bill Moseley actually plays him in that one.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, so Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, Better Watch Out is the subtitle to that one, and it certainly is a movie because there is a Part 4 and a Part 5, and the Part 5 stars Mickey Rooney.
Oh my god. The Care Bears.
Yeah, and
Jiminy Jillikers.
Right, dude, but it's quite fucking interesting where this franchise went because Brian Usna did Part 4.
I've heard that one's pretty good because of that.
Yeah, it leans into the kind of the body horror aspect a little bit. So it's interesting where this franchise like roller coasters.
Yeah, I've heard it's kind of wild. Like it goes some really unexpected places. Like very uneven franchise as far as I've heard, but there actually are some gems in there, unexpected gems.
Yeah, and there's been a remake with Malcolm McDowell just called Silent Night that came out in the 2010s. Last Christmas, Devin and I actually reviewed Christmas Bloody Christmas, which was originally supposed to be a Silent Night, Deadly Night remake, and then they just reused some of the scripting and like did an original story with it. But like I said, I think the original is probably the best one. Truthfully, it's the best one out of the whole thing, including the remake that happened. I quite enjoy Silent Night, Deadly Night, and I do watch it every year around this time. Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, oof, it's fun to sit through if you know what you're getting into. It's fun to sit with friends and popcorn and beer or what have you, and you know. It's quotable, like in the bad way. It's quotable with like eyebrow raising and like naughty and like she was naughty and punish and garbage day and
yeah.
But dude, this film, as far as the sequels go, outside of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 4 Initiation, I think this sequel is the most well known of sequels to most cult classic horror films. At least in my opinion, it is. So,
yeah, I mean, largely on the strength of Garbage Day.
Yeah, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a very widespread meme. It's pretty well known on the internet and outside of it, such that the entire movie kind of coasts on the reputation of that. Because I don't think many people have actually watched this movie, if I'm being honest. I think most people are familiar with it just through the Garbage Day thing. But yeah, I would agree with you. Like, I don't think it's as essential like a Christmas slasher as the first one. But with like a group of friends or something, it's a good bad movie. It's a good bad watch. I think Kyle and I reviewed Christmas Bloody Christmas last year as well. That's with the Terminator Santa Claus, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I think we reviewed that last year, as well as Black Christmas, which I would say is an essential Christmas horror film. Like that is a very good movie, like not just like a horror or a slasher, if you want to call it that. I think it's just a straight up well-made good movie. But yeah, this one's mostly just for the lulz, if I'm being honest. But there are a lot of them for sure. I did like that. I wrote this down, Richie. That's how you know I took this seriously. Ricky's last words on screen are "Ooh" and "Yeah" as he's being shot.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
That's about it. Perfect. Ricky wins. Perfect.
Brazil.
Japan. Thailand.
Tiger. Fuck. Yeah, that's Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. Son of a bitch. This goes without saying. I know Trevor and I will collaborate again, either on catching up on cinema or Super Media Bros in the future, because like this, it's always a fun time, dude. I really appreciate you coming to hang out and talking some garbage cinema, because we do talk about movies that we really actually enjoy, but it is very fun to talk about garbage on Garbage Day.
Yeah, man, I had a blast. Like it was a pleasure talking with you 2 weeks in a row. Thanks again for coming on to my show to talk about Godzilla -1. That was a great conversation. Very, very quotable. I discovered while I was editing it. I had a lot of fun making clips of that one. And also, I do maintain that our conversation about Beavis and Butthead Do America is one of the best podcasts I've done. It is a Chris Farley show episode wherein Richie and I basically just say, hey, you remember that one part where that one guy talked shit about Old Faithful? That was awesome. It's basically that for 2.5 hours or something. But it was great fun. I really enjoyed that.
You remember? I remember. Yeah, I fucking had a blast on that episode too. If anybody would like to listen to either of those episodes, they will be in the show notes below. So scroll up and click them and go hang out with Trevor and I again, talking about other movies that are better than Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. If you would like to listen to any of the other episodes of Catching Up on Cinema, Trevor, let everybody know where they can find you guys.
Okay. Well, you can find us on the social medias in the form of the Twitter /X @CatchingCinema. You can also find us on the Instagram @CatchingUpOnCinema. So feel free to hit me up at either of those. Please hit me up at either of those. I don't get a lot of comments from the audience. I'd like to change that. And also, we are available on pretty much every platform you can imagine, podcasting platform that is, including Bitcade. So fucking Google it. And yeah, that's my spiel.
Again, I really appreciate you hanging out and spending your Sunday morning with me. This episode was recorded not on Garbage Day, and it will not be released on Garbage Day because Garbage does not run on Saturdays. I would know. Just throwing that out there. Listen to past, present, and future episodes of the Super Media Bros on supermediabrospodcast.com. You can subscribe to us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podchaser, anywhere that you can listen to podcasts. Please leave us a rating and review on any of those platforms as well. If you like what you've heard, leave us a comment in the section below on Spotify and YouTube. Believe it or not, you can leave reviews in comment form on Spotify now, people. So please do that. Come hang out with us again next week. We will be back. I will be talking about A Christmas Story by Bob Clark. I know a lot of you out there didn't think that was going to happen, but I assure you, it is happening. And then after that, we will give you a Christmas Day release in the form of Ernest Saves Christmas. So please stick around for the rest of the Santa Media Bros during the month of December. But until then, for Trevor, I'm Richie. Shades on. We're off.